Hey everybody, this is Eric Conrad with Real Estate Corporation, where buyers and sellers connect. Coming to you from Southern California in my office today. This is for you buyers out there. We're going to talk about the offer process. What do you need to do, along with me, to put an offer in on a property? So let's get started. First thing is down payment. How much money do you have to put down on a property? It could be 0% if you're a veteran. It could be 100% if you're paying all cash. There are 3.5% down payments like FHA. It's a more stringent appraisal process in order to get a property approved for FHA, but it can be done. So it's a good way to get in with a low down payment. But remember, lower down payment, higher monthly payments. Bigger down payment, stronger offer because it shows you have funds to do the deal. Next step, pre-approval from lender. This is very important. We need this letter to show that you can actually finance the property. You need to provide your financial information to a lender, and here at Real Estate Corporation, we work with two different lenders, a direct lender and also a mortgage broker. And we can supply you with that contact information. You can work with whoever you want, but it's key to get that pre-approval letter. The lender's going to look at all your financials, tax returns, W-2s, your pay stubs, your income, to determine how much property you can afford. Okay? And then I will get that letter, and what we'll do is we actually ask the lender to tailor the letter to the property based on the list price, or the offer price, sorry. Because we don't want to offer on a property for $350,000 and have a pre-approval letter for $500,000, even though you're approved for that much, because that kind of takes away our bargaining power. So anyway, this is per property, but we want to go get the initial pre-approval immediately. Next thing is deposit, earnest money deposit. Typically that's 3%, or a strong deposit is 3% of the offer price. Now this money shows you have skin in the game right up front. What we do is you'll write a check out to escrow. Then all I have to do is take a picture of it or scan it, send me an electronic copy of that so I have that check. So when I make an offer, I say, here's what we're going to deposit, here's the check, and if the offer is accepted, that check goes to escrow. And for 17 days, while we're in the contingency period, and by the way, there's another video on the escrow process which covers the contingency period, but it's typically 17 days to do inspections and get the lender to make sure they can fund the loan based on the property. Once that 17 days is up, that money is potentially at risk if you don't close in the time we said we'd close. But anyway, there's always ways to get out of the purchase, but typically 3% is the deposit. Proof of funds. We have to have a bank statement, investment account, certificate of deposit, something that shows there's money in the bank for the down payment and also for closing costs. Closing costs can be anywhere from 1% to 3%, depending on the deal. We can also ask the seller to pay for the closing costs. However, that's not a very strong position to be in because you're asking the seller to give something up. Can be done in a buyer's market. Right now, October 2012, seller's market. We've got to make strong offers. But anyway, you need to have proof of funds to show that you can, when we go to close, you got the money. Credit scores. Also important to show your strength as a buyer. The lender's already pre-approving you. They had to run your credit score. So we want to get those credit scores and submit that along with the offer to say, seller, we're strong. We're strong financially. We can close. And the next thing is to write the purchase contract. It's an 8-page document, which I will write up. And in advance of writing any offer, I'm going to supply you with the purchase contract so you know what's involved in it. There's also a separate video on the specifics of the contract. A lot of it's cookie cutter, but there's some specific things that you want to look out for, and I'll cover that in different video. But we also decide on pricing. What are we going to offer on the property? And how we do that is I will run a comparative market analysis of the solds in the area in the recent past, and then based on that, we'll decide on what is a good offer for this property. Now I'll tell you right now, in this particular market, where it's a seller's market, properties are going for over list price, because people are bidding up the property. It depends on the property, but anyway, we'll determine the price. We'll determine the down payment, and then I'll write the contract. Once I write the contract, you already understand what's in there, and I will send it to you electronically, and you just sign electronically. So it's very handy, but that's why it's important up front to understand what's in the purchase contract. Once we're done with all this, and I take all this information and I submit it to the seller, the seller's agent. I'll send it electronically. I'll probably put in some information about you as the buyer, why you want this particular property, because we want the seller to know what's happening with their property. So we'll say, hey, this is their dream home. They want to improve the neighborhood. They want to improve the property. They want to raise their kids here. Whatever the story may be, I'll put that in with the offer. I put down here, counter offers are good, because we want to know that we're in the game. If we get a counter offer, we definitely have some rapport with the seller as far as what we put into all of this, and then we know where we are. It might be on price. It might be on time frame to close. There's a whole number of things that they could counter back on, but we want to see a counter, because that means that we probably came in with the right price to start with, and they might probably want to get a little more of something. The counter offers are good, and hopefully we get acceptance. Once we get acceptance, we open escrow, and that's it. Anyway, thanks for listening. Eric Conrad, eReal Estate Corporation, and look for more videos from me soon. Take care.